Hi, this is Red Rose Urban Missionary. I'd like to start by saying that I was a Zulu, then he put a ring on it 6 years ago, and I became a Piri. And this is the Beauty with Brains and Character campaign, and you're watching Set Apart TV. So today I'm talking about a topic that I'm so passionate about, and that is sexual purity. Just the other day, I was talking to a couple of adolescents between the ages of 18 and 24. They were about 15. And they were sharing their story. They were sharing their stories around sex because about half of them had children, you know. And from the conversation I had with them, it was interesting that they felt that it's impossible for adolescents or people to abstain from sex in the community. So I almost felt sad, but then I realized that, wait a minute, that's my role, you know, to be able to help them realize that actually it's possible to be sexually pure. And just because you slept around, it doesn't mean that, you know, it's the end of your life. So anyways, I went on to tell them a few nuggets that I will share with you just in a moment. So, but I wanted to start by saying that it is possible to lead a sexually pure life. And also I wanted to tell you that not everyone is sleeping around. Not everyone is having sex before marriage, because the Bible tells us that, you know, encourages us to flee from sexual immorality. And the Bible continues in Corinthians to talk about how sexual immorality is the only sin that affects our bodies. All right. And obviously, if we love God, we'll try as much as possible to ensure that we please Him. So I won't go into the nitty-gritties of why people have sex, but I just want to encourage you that, you know, staying sexually pure has so many benefits. You know, there are so many benefits, and obviously I can talk about the benefits later, but I've enjoyed some of the benefits. But I wanted you to know that, you know, it is possible in this time and age to be sexually pure. You know, not everyone is having sex, but what do you need to do? First of all, you need to have an agenda of sexual purity. You know, I've seen a lot of young people are shocked that they are in relationships where they have sex, when in the first place they didn't have an agenda of sexual purity. I believe that for you to achieve sexual purity, you have to have an agenda. You have to be determined to say, as for me and me, I will stay sexually pure until I get married. All right. And some of the pressures that obviously come on people that force them to have sex are as follows. The first one is, you know, nowadays with, you know, with technology, people are watching crap on the internet. A lot of young people, a lot of, obviously, let me say people in general, you know, have access to pornography. And how do you honestly have access to pornography and think you manage to live a sexual pure life? It's impossible. So I want to assure you that, or encourage you that, you need to watch what you see. So pornography, definitely, if you are watching pornography, you have to cut it out if you want to live a sexually pure life. What are you listening to? Okay, some of the songs that people listen to, like, they're pretty much stimulating them to go and have sex. So listen to things that will build your spirit, man. And lastly but not the least, you need to have a company of wise people that have godly character. The young people that I spoke about earlier, that I was talking to yesterday, most of them actually confessed that they had, you know, poor companies, you know, because they had friends that were having sex, so they were pushed to have sex. They had boyfriends who had friends that were having sex, and so on and so forth. So if you want to live, you know, a sexual pure life, make sure that you find godly people that will help you to come up with strategies and tools that will help you to achieve your agenda. And I said lastly, but there's also this very important component, which is a Bible believing church. If you don't have the Bible, you don't go to a Bible believing church, I want to encourage you to get involved in your church. Find a mentor, be it a youth pastor, be it a bigger woman, a bigger man that has a godly character that will help you to understand your body, to understand how you can actually flee from sexual immorality. And lastly but not the least, in case you've been sleeping around and they're telling you, are saying, you know, Red Rose, you have no idea, you know, I'm beyond redemption, I want to encourage you that Christ died for you. And there's no sin that Jesus cannot forgive. So what I need you to do to the glory of God is to confess your sin and ask Christ to wash you with his blood. And I can assure you are going to be a new creature, because the Bible says in Corinthians that if you are in Christ, you're a new creation. The old has gone and beyond the new has come. So confess your sin and follow the nuggets I've given you. Watch what you see, what you listen to, and what you think about. Find someone that can mentor you, and I can assure you, you'll be on your path to a sexually pure life. And in case you are a virgin, you've never had sex before, you know, and they're saying, oh, but you know, is it possible? I'm tired. I want to encourage you to continue, you know, abstaining from sex. And when I say abstaining from sex, I mean abstaining, you know, even in the mind, because there are some people that feel that sex is just physical. It can also be in the mind. You know, you need to have a pure heart, you need to have a pure mind, and you also have to obviously have a pure body. So Christ is waiting for you to make that decision to lead a sexually pure life. And I can assure you the benefits of living a sexually pure life are so many. All right, crudely, you know, before I go, I want to assure you that when you get married, there are some battles you never fight. You know, things like unfaithfulness, like it will be news to you. Like, you won't have to fight such battles. Things like mistrust, you know, and apart from that, God was gonna cover your marriage. And yeah, so I can go on and on, but you know, I just want to let you know that it's possible to live a sexually pure life, and I want to pray for you that God should give you the grace to be able to please him with your mind and with your heart and with your body. So yeah, so that's your girl Red Rosemary missionary, and bye bye.